This is happening at Chief Ikuku's daughter's amazing wedding prep. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Also, before we start, please take note that all the names in this video are not their real names. They are just names used for the purpose of this video. And with that being said, let's begin. The bride-to-be was currently in her room with two other girls, helping her get ready for the day. Her name was Zara. She had asked her two best friends to come over to help her prepare for her traditional wedding, which would be taking place in 2 days' time. The wedding was going to be a huge event. Her father, Chief Ikuku, was a rich man, and he was going to spare no expense to make sure that the wedding was the talk of the town. Zara was wearing a beautiful white gown, and she looked stunning. One of her best friends was helping her put on her makeup while the other helped her choose the perfect jewelry to go with her dress. "You look so beautiful," one of her best friends said as she admired her in the mirror. "Thank you," Zara replied with a smile. The three of them chatted as they got ready for the day. They were excited to celebrate Zara's upcoming wedding, but they couldn't help but also be a little nervous. After all, it was a big event and there was a lot to do. Zara's father, Chief Ikuku, was indeed a rich man. He was the CEO of a large corporation, and he was also the chairman of several boards of directors. He was a very successful businessman, and he was also a very generous man. He was known for his big heart and his willingness to help those in need. So when his daughter told him that she was getting married, he was over the moon. He wanted to make her wedding the most special day of her life. He spared no expense in planning the wedding. He hired the best caterers in the country to make sure that the food was delicious and plentiful. He also hired a top-notch event planner to make sure that everything ran smoothly. The wedding venue was decorated with beautiful flowers, and the bride looked stunning in her white gown. The groom looked dashing in his suit, and the bridesmaids looked beautiful in their matching dresses. The ceremony was followed by a reception where guests danced and celebrated. The newlyweds were showered with gifts and well wishes. It was truly a day to remember. But as the wedding approached, Zara began to get cold feet. She had never been in love with her fiancé, but she felt that she had no choice but to marry him. You see, her father had arranged the marriage for her. He had chosen her fiancé because he thought that he was a good match for her. But Zara didn't love him, and she didn't want to marry him. However, she knew that she couldn't disappoint her father. So she went through with the wedding. On the day of the wedding, Zara looked beautiful in her white gown. The ceremony was held outside in a garden, and the weather was perfect. Zara walked down the aisle with her father, and the groom waited for her at the altar. When Zara reached the altar, she could see that the groom was handsome in his suit. He looked back at her and smiled. Zara couldn't help but smile back. Even though she wasn't in love with the groom, she was still happy to be marrying him. After the ceremony, there was a reception, and Zara and her new husband danced the night away. The guests partied and celebrated, and Zara felt like a princess. However, as the night wore on, Zara began to feel a sense of dread. She knew that she had made a mistake. She should have listened to her heart and not her father. As the party continued, Zara began to feel sick to her stomach. She excused herself to the bathroom and stared at her reflection in the mirror. She looked beautiful, but she felt horrible. She knew that she had made a mistake by marrying a stranger. Just then, one of her bridesmaids, Comfort, entered the bathroom. She had noticed that Zara wasn't at the party, and she was worried. "Zara, what's wrong?" she asked. Zara looked up and forced a smile. "I'm fine," she said. "I just need some air." Comfort wasn't convinced, but she didn't push Zara to talk about it. Instead, she gave her a hug. "I'm here if you need me," she said. Zara thanked her and forced another smile. Comfort knew that Zara wasn't fine, but she also knew that she couldn't force her friend to talk about it. She respected Zara's privacy and just stayed with her in silence until it was time to go back to the party. As they walked back to the reception, Zara felt a sense of hopelessness. She knew that she had made a big mistake. She shouldn't have listened to her father, and she should have followed her heart. When they arrived back at the reception, Zara's father, Chief Ikuku, greeted them with a smile. He was happy to see his daughter, and he couldn't wait to celebrate with her. However, when he saw the look on her face, his smile faded. He knew that something was wrong, but he didn't know what it was. "Zara, what's wrong?" he asked. Zara looked up and forced a smile. "Nothing, Baba," she said. "I'm fine." Chief Ikuku wasn't convinced, but he let it go. He didn't want to embarrass his daughter in front of the guests, so he just smiled and turned back to the party. As the night wore on, Zara couldn't shake the feeling of dread that had been following her around. She tried to enjoy the party, but she couldn't help but feel like a failure. She had made a big mistake by marrying a stranger, and she didn't know how to fix it. Just then, one of Zara's former suitors, Prince Pakpo, approached her. He was a prince from a neighboring kingdom, and he had been vying for Zara's honor and marriage for months. However, Zara's father had chosen the groom over him, and he had accepted it gracefully. But now he was seeing Zara's distress, and he couldn't help but feel bad for her. "Zara, are you okay?" he asked. Zara looked up and saw the genuine concern in his eyes. She couldn't help but break down and cry. She poured out her heart to him and told him about her arranged marriage. Prince Pakpo listened patiently, and when Zara was done, he put his arm around her shoulder. "I'm sorry, Zara," he said. "I wish I had fought harder for you." Zara shook her head. "No, it's my fault. I should have followed my heart and not my father's." Prince Pakpo knew that he couldn't fix Zara's situation, but he was still a good friend, and he wanted to help her. He offered to take her home so she could rest. Zara agreed, and they left the reception together. When they arrived at Zara's house, Prince Pakpo refused to leave. He stayed with Zara until she fell asleep. In the morning, when Zara woke up, she felt refreshed. She knew that she couldn't undo what had happened, but she was determined to make the best of it. She had a husband, and she owed it to him to try to make the marriage work. Zara went to the bathroom and stared at her reflection in the mirror. "I can do this," she said to herself. "I can make a life with this man." Just then, her husband knocked on the door. "Zara, are you awake?" he asked. Zara took a deep breath and smiled. "Yes, I'm awake," she said. "Come in." The groom entered the bathroom and saw the smile on Zara's face. He couldn't help but smile back. Maybe this marriage wouldn't be so bad after all. The daughter of one of Nigeria's richest men, Chief Ikuku, gets married in a lavish ceremony. The wedding took place at the prestigious Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja, Nigeria, and it was an event filled with pageantry, cultural displays, and a celebration of love. But there is more to this wedding than meets the eye. You'll be amazed by the unique ways the bride incorporated her Igbo culture into this wedding. And you won't believe the amount spent on this wedding. Stick around till the end of the video as we take you through every bit of this beautiful wedding. Welcome to our channel, your daily dose of African weddings. Kicking off with the traditional engagement ceremony called the introduction, which took place at the bride's family home in Owerri, Imo State, Nigeria. This event was a significant moment as the groom's family came to formally ask for the bride's hand in marriage. The atmosphere was filled with excitement and joy as both families came together to celebrate this important milestone. The bride looked stunning in a gorgeous coral-colored attire that complemented her natural beauty. The groom looked dashing in his white shirt and black trousers, symbolizing the purity and elegance of the occasion. As the two families came together, the air was thick with anticipation for what was to come. It was clear that this was just the beginning of an incredible journey. The traditional engagement ceremony was followed by a reception filled with dancing, music, and delicious food. Guests were treated to a night of non-stop entertainment as they celebrated the happy couple. It was truly a night to remember, as everyone present wished the soon-to-be weds all the best for their future together. As the celebrations continued, everyone couldn't help but marvel at how beautiful the bride looked. Her coral-colored attire had intricate details and patterns that showcased the rich culture and heritage of the Igbo people. The groom, too, looked equally handsome in his traditional attire, reflecting the respect and admiration he had for his bride's culture. It was a testament to the importance of cultural representation in such a significant event. Now let's talk about the wedding ceremony itself. Can you guess how much was spent on this wedding? Pause the video and drop your guess in the comments section below. I'll reveal the answer later in the video. The wedding ceremony took place at the prestigious Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja, Nigeria. The venue was beautifully decorated with floral arrangements that created a romantic and elegant atmosphere. The bride made a grand entrance in a white wedding gown that accentuated her natural beauty. She looked like a vision in white as she walked down the aisle towards her waiting groom. The groom, too, looked dapper in his suit, exuding confidence and style. As the ceremony commenced, guests were captivated by the exchange of vows between the two individuals. The bride and groom promised to love and cherish each other through the ups and downs of life, creating a bond that would last a lifetime. The presence of family and friends added to the emotional significance of the ceremony, as they witnessed the couple as commitment to one another. The ceremony was not just a union of two people in love, but also a celebration of two families coming together to create a new bond. It was a joyous occasion filled with laughter, tears of joy, and most importantly, hope for a bright future ahead for the newlyweds. The reception that followed the ceremony was nothing short of spectacular. The Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja, provided the perfect setting for a night of celebration. The hotel's grand ballroom was adorned with elegant decor, creating a magical atmosphere for the reception. The bride and groom made a stunning entrance, radiating happiness and excitement for the evening ahead. The reception was filled with heartfelt speeches, touching moments, and lively entertainment. Guests were treated to an array of delicious cuisine and an open bar, ensuring everyone had a fantastic time. The newlyweds danced the night away with their friends and family, creating unforgettable memories. As the evening progressed, there were traditional dances and cultural performances that paid homage to the bride and groom's heritage. These acts added a unique touch to the reception, showcasing the beauty of Nigerian culture. The highlight of the night was the cutting of the wedding cake, a beautiful four-tiered masterpiece that was a visual delight. The bride and groom shared a sweet kiss, symbolizing their unity and love for one another. The reception continued late into the night, with guests leaving with wonderful memories of the celebration. This wedding was a true spectacle, a celebration of love, unity, and the beauty of Nigerian culture. From the stunning bride and groom to the breathtaking decor, everything came together to create an unforgettable experience for all. Now let's delve deeper into the cultural elements that made this wedding truly special. One of the unique ways the bride incorporated her Igbo culture into the wedding was through the use of traditional attire. For instance, during the traditional engagement ceremony, the bride wore a beautiful coral-colored wrapper and blouse that showcased the vibrant colors and patterns of the Igbo people. The groom and his family also donned traditional Igbo attire, demonstrating their respect for the bride's cultural heritage. Additionally, during the wedding ceremony, the bride made a stunning entrance in a white wedding gown, but she also included traditional Igbo accessories, such as headpieces and jewelry, that added a touch of cultural significance to her bridal look. These elements not only paid homage to the bride's roots, but also provided a visual feast for guests, allowing them to appreciate the richness of Igbo culture. Another way the bride incorporated her Igbo culture was through traditional dances and performances. At the reception, there were cultural dance groups that performed traditional Igbo dances, entertaining guests and showcasing the vibrant culture. These dances, with their energetic movements and rhythmic beats, added a festive atmosphere to the celebration and allowed guests to experience the joy and passion of Igbo culture. The bride and groom also participated in the dances, demonstrating their appreciation for their cultural heritage. The wedding also featured traditional Igbo food and drinks, which were incorporated into the menu. Guests were treated to a culinary journey, sampling traditional dishes that are commonly enjoyed during special occasions in the Igbo community. These dishes, prepared with authentic recipes and local ingredients, offered a taste of the bride and groom as cultural background and left guests with a lasting impression of Igbo hospitality and cuisine. In addition to the food, traditional Igbo music was played throughout the celebration, setting the perfect ambiance for the festivities. The music, with its infectious rhythms and soulful melodies, resonated with guests and encouraged them to join in the merriment. Traditional Igbo musical instruments were also showcased, adding an authentic touch to the wedding soundtrack. The bride and groom's choice of music not only entertained guests, but also served as a soundtrack to their cultural journey, making it a truly immersive experience. The incorporation of traditional Igbo culture into the wedding was a beautiful way for the bride and groom to honor their heritage and share it with their guests. By embracing their cultural elements, they created a unique and memorable experience that celebrated their identity and brought their families and communities together. The result was a wedding that was not only a celebration of love, but also a vibrant showcase of Igbo culture. Now let's get back to the video and reveal how much was spent on this wedding. Drum roll, please. It is estimated that over 500 million naira was spent on this wedding. That's equivalent to over $1 million. Can you believe that? What an extravagant celebration. All the money was well spent, as the event was filled with pageantry, cultural displays, and a true celebration of love. From the bride's stunning entrance to the lively reception, every moment was carefully planned to create an unforgettable experience for the couple and their guests. The wedding not only showcased the beauty of love, but also highlighted the richness of Nigerian culture. The bride and groom's commitment to honoring their heritage was evident in the traditional attire, dances, and cuisine that were incorporated into the celebration. Overall, the wedding of the century was a true spectacle, leaving guests in awe of the grandeur and elegance of the event. What are your thoughts on the wedding? Do you know anyone who has had a similar experience? Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. The chief's daughter was getting married, and she would stop at nothing to look stunning on her big day. What would be the secret behind the bride's perfect wedding gown? What would be the secret behind the bride's flawless makeup that got everyone talking? And how did she maintain such composure despite all of the pressure? Let's find out in today's episode of Our Perfect Wedding. Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the most exciting episodes on family, relationships, and much more. Before we begin, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and press the notification bell for more updates. Also, please share your thoughts on the previous episode in the comments below. You don't want to miss any details from today's video. So let's get right into it. The bride, Zara, had always dreamed of having a perfect wedding. She wanted everything to be picture perfect, from the invitations to the flowers to her wedding gown. As the daughter of a wealthy and influential chief, she could afford the best of everything. But Zara wasn't just looking for the best. She wanted something unique, something that would make her stand out. Her mother, the chief's wife, was a renowned fashion icon in their community. She had a flair for the dramatic and had always encouraged her daughter to embrace her cultural heritage through fashion. Zara had inherited her mother's love for fashion and wanted to pay homage to her on her special day by wearing a traditional wedding gown with a modern twist. Months before the wedding, Zara had already started planning her look. She had hired a team of designers to create a custom gown for her. They had sourced the finest materials, including a luxurious French lace and a silk satin. The color of the gown was going to be a blush pink, a shade that Zara had fallen in love with during Paris Fashion Week. But as the wedding date approached, Zara began to have second thoughts. She was still not convinced that the gown was perfect. She felt that something was missing, something that would truly represent her personal style. With just a few weeks before the wedding, Zara decided to take matters into her own hands. She went to her mother's closet and started rummaging through her old wedding gowns. Amongst the vintage lace and the old silk, Zara found a wedding gown that took her breath away. It was an Align gown made of ivory lace. It had a fitted bodice and a full skirt that flared out at the bottom. The neckline was sweetheart, and the sleeves were long and fitted. Zara knew that this was the dress of her dreams. She took the gown to her designers and told them to use it as inspiration for her wedding gown. They were skeptical at first, but they knew that they had to do whatever it took to make Zara happy on her big day. The designers went back to the drawing board and started sketching new designs. They used the old gown as a base and started adding their own personal touches. Finally, the day came when the designers presented their new creation to Zara. She was stunned. It was everything that she had ever dreamed of and more. The gown was made of the finest French lace and silk satin. It had a fitted bodice and a full skirt that flared out at the bottom. The neckline was sweetheart, and the sleeves were long and fitted. But what truly made the gown stand out was the color. It was a blush pink, a shade that Zara had fallen in love with during Paris Fashion Week. When Zara put on the gown, she felt like a princess. It was as if the dress was made for her and her alone. She knew that this was the perfect wedding gown. While Zara was busy finding the perfect wedding gown, her friends and family were working hard to make sure that every detail of her wedding was perfect. Her bridesmaids were helping her choose the perfect flowers and decorations. Her mother was coordinating with the caterers to make sure that the food was top-notch. And her father, the chief, was making sure that the security was tight. As the wedding day approached, the excitement in the village was palpable. Everyone was looking forward to celebrating Zara's big day. They had been preparing for months, and they wanted to make sure that everything was perfect for their beloved chief as daughter. On the morning of the wedding, Zara woke up early. She was nervous, but she was also excited. Today was the day that she had been dreaming of for so long. She put on her wedding gown and did her makeup. She wanted to look stunning, but she also wanted to look like herself. For her makeup, she went for a soft and natural look. She chose a light foundation that would even out her skin tone without looking too heavy. She added a touch of bronzer to give her skin a healthy glow. And she kept her eyeshadow neutral with a hint of shimmer. For her lips, she chose a nude shade that would complement her skin tone. Zara's friends and family were stunned when they saw her. She looked beautiful, both inside and out. Zara's wedding was the talk of the town. Everyone was amazed by the bride's stunning appearance. Her wedding gown was a masterpiece, and her makeup was flawless. The ceremony was beautiful. Zara walked down the aisle with her father, the chief, and everyone was in awe of her. The groom, who was a prince from a neighboring kingdom, was stunned when he saw Zara at the altar. He couldn't believe that anyone could look so beautiful. The reception was filled with music, dancing, and laughter. Zara and her new husband were the center of attention, and everyone wanted to get a chance to talk to them. Zara's makeup stayed flawless throughout the night, even after hours of dancing and celebrating. She had chosen the perfect makeup for her big day. It was a makeup that was designed to last, and it had done just that. Zara's wedding was truly a celebration of love, culture, and tradition. It was a testament to the bond between Zara and her family, and it was a reminder of the importance of staying true to oneself. In the days following her wedding, Zara received countless compliments on her appearance. People were still talking about her stunning wedding gown and her flawless makeup. Zara was happy to know that she had made a lasting impression on her guests, but she was more grateful for the love and support of her family and friends. As she and her new husband began their life together, Zara knew that she had found the perfect balance between tradition and modernity. She had honored her cultural heritage while still expressing her own personal style. And she had done it all while staying true to herself. Zara's journey to finding her perfect wedding look was not an easy one. She had tried on countless dresses and had gone through many changes of heart. But in the end, she had found the perfect gown and makeup that represented her personal style and honored her cultural heritage. Her story is a reminder that it is important to stay true to yourself and to never settle for anything less than what you deserve. And that's all for today's episode. What did you think of the bride's perfect wedding gown and her flawless makeup? How did she maintain such composure despite all of the pressure? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting content in the future. This is the bride-to-be. This is her father. Welcome to my channel. It's time to meet the family of the most influential man in Africa. Let's start with the last and the boss. The richest black man in Africa, and the only African on Forbes' top 10 richest people list, Aliko Dangote. You probably already know him. He's currently worth about $13.9 billion. But how did he get there? Dangote has worked his way up since starting his first business at the age of 21. Today, his name is synonymous with business excellence, not just in Africa, but all over the world. Dangote is a self-made billionaire who has built an empire that spans across multiple industries and countries. So if you're interested in learning more about this legendary businessman, then this video is for you. We'll be taking a closer look into his personal life and getting to know his daughter Fatima, who's all grown up and preparing for her big day. Plus, we'll also touch on the groom-to-be and his family background as well. In today's video, we are going to be taking a closer look at the upcoming wedding of one of Africa's most influential daughters. And as always, we are bringing you this content first. So make sure to stay tuned for more updates. Fatima is the second daughter of the wealthy Nigerian family, and she has been making headlines lately because of her upcoming wedding. She's set to marry Jamil Abubakar, the son of a former Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar. The wedding ceremony will take place in Kano State, Nigeria in April 2024. The groom's mother, Zara, is a well-known figure in the northern part of Nigeria. The groom himself works as a pilot and is the chairman of Max Air, which is a major airline in Nigeria. It has been reported that the wedding preparations have been ongoing for months, with both families sparing no expense to make it a truly unforgettable event. As the bride-to-be, Fatima will undoubtedly be the center of attention. She's a beautiful young woman who's been blessed with both wealth and a loving family. With her father being one of the richest men in Africa, she's had access to the finest education and living conditions. Despite this, she remains humble and down to earth. According to reports, Fatima is studying medicine at a university in the United Kingdom. Now let's take a closer look at her future husband. Jamil is also from a wealthy family background. His father, Mohammed Bello Abubakar, was the 14th and former Inspector General of Police in Nigeria. He served in this role from 2016 to 2019 and has since retired. Jamil's mother, Zara, is a prominent businesswoman and politician in Nigeria. She's currently serving as the senator representing Niger South Senatorial District in the 10th National Assembly. Jamil himself is a successful businessman and pilot. He's the chairman of Max Air, which is one of Nigeria's leading airlines. The wedding between Fatima and Jamil is not just a celebration of their love, but also a union of two influential families in Nigeria. Both the Dangote and Abubakar families are well respected, and their children's marriage is seen as a way to further strengthen their bond. Now let's delve deeper into the groom's family, the Abubakars. The Abubakar family is equally as influential and respected in Nigeria. They have deep roots in the country's political and social landscape. Starting with the groom's grandfather, Sir Ahmadu Bello, who was the first premier of northern Nigeria from 1954 to 1957, and later the first Sardana of Sokoto from 1959 to 1966. He played a significant role in shaping the political destiny of northern Nigeria and is revered as a father figure by many. His son, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, was Nigeria's first prime minister from 1957 to 1966. He led the country to independence from British colonial rule and is remembered as a champion of democracy and unity. Unfortunately, he was assassinated during the military coup of January 1966, which ended the First Nigerian Republic. The groom's uncle, Ibrahim Babangida, was a major general who came to power in August 1985 after leading a palace coup that ousted Major General Buhari from power. He ruled Nigeria as military president until August 1993, when he handed over to an elected government. Despite his controversial decision to annul the June 12, 1993 presidential election, widely believed to have been won by Mashood, Abiola Babangida remains a significant figure in Nigerian politics and is often referred to as the architect of modern Nigeria. Another notable member of the Abubakar family is Adamu Saroma, the groom's cousin, who was a prominent politician and technocrat. He served as Minister of Industries from 1975 to 1978 and later as Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria from 1979 to 1984. He was also a key player in the transition to democracy in the Fourth Republic and is credited with helping to stabilize Nigeria's economy during his tenure as governor of the central bank. These are just a few members of the Abubakar family who have made significant contributions to Nigeria's history and development. The family's legacy of leadership, integrity, and service to the nation is evident in the achievements of its members and continues to inspire future generations. And now, let's take a look at some of the interesting facts about the bride's father. Did you know that Aliko Dangote started his first business at the age of 21? That's right. When most people his age were still figuring out what they wanted to do with their lives, Dangote was already out there hustling and making moves. He took a loan of $3,000 from his uncle, which was the equivalent of 1.5 million naira at the time. And with that money, he started trading commodities such as rice, sugar, and salt. And guess what? He was so good at it that within 3 years, he had paid back the loan and was making a profit of $1.5 million per year. That's the kind of return on investment that most investors can only dream of. But Dangote didn't stop there. He kept pushing himself and expanding his business. Today, he is the richest man in Africa with a net worth of $13.9 billion, according to Forbes. That's a pretty impressive accomplishment if you ask me. And it's even more impressive when you consider that he started out with just $3,000. Dangote is a true inspiration to anyone who wants to start a business and make a difference in the world. He proves that it can be done even if you start with very little. If you have the drive and determination to succeed, then anything is possible. Aliko Dangote was born on April 10, 1957, in Kano, Nigeria. He comes from a wealthy family with his father, Sanusi Dantara, being a successful businessman, and his mother, Memuna, being a member of the Kano State royal family. Despite coming from a privileged background, Dangote didn't take it easy. He worked hard to make a name for himself in the business world. Dangote's journey to success began when he started trading commodities as a teenager. After finishing his secondary education, he enrolled at Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt, to study business. However, due to financial constraints, he had to return to Nigeria after just 1 year and enroll at the Bayero University, Kano, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in business. His rise to prominence began when he founded the Dangote Group in 1977, which started as a small trading company importing commodities such as rice, sugar, and salt. Today, the group has grown to become the largest conglomerate in West Africa, with interests in various sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, mining, and logistics. In addition to his business acumen, Dangote is also known for his philanthropic activities. He has donated millions of dollars to various causes in Nigeria and beyond, including the construction of mosques, schools, and hospitals. He is also the founder of the Dangote Foundation, which focuses on improving the lives of people in need through healthcare, education, and economic empowerment programs. So there you have it, folks. A closer look at the legendary businessman and his beautiful daughter, who has all grown up and ready to settle down. We wish them all the best in their future endeavors and hope that their love story has inspired you to chase your dreams no matter how big they may seem. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed getting to know the family of Aliko Dangote and learning about the upcoming wedding of his daughter Fatima. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.